Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, DJ Wilma. We're just going to get this really quick. This is the post show talking about the Moon Studio Mid-Autumn League. We had only one series today, and it was the series that was a lot. It was a lot to go into. So let's talk about it. It was Neon Esports versus Team MagMa. Now, before we actually go into this series, both these teams played series today. So Team MagMa's been playing in the CDA-FDC, I think it's what it's called, and they went up against 4AM Elephant, or Elephant 4AM, which is the new Chinese stack of like the powerhouse players, and they lost 2-0, like a pretty swift 2-0. Like the second game, they actually looked like they might have a chance to win it. They were like doing really well, but it didn't matter. They ended up losing the game. Whereas Neon Esports played in, I think it was the Dota Summit 3. Brought to you by BTS, and they went 1-1 against MTG. So it's like you have Team MagMa, who's already losing their series, and then Neon Esports, who's actually doing pretty well. So we get into it. Game 1 consisted of Team MagMa going Jakiro, Snapfire, Viper, PA, and Ember, which we haven't seen a lot of Jakiro lately. And Viper's been playing in the off lane, I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't look like he had a very great game, whereas Neon Esports went, like, stereotypical picks. I say stereotypical. They did a Faceless Void off lane, or did they do it? No, they did Mirana mid. They did a Sven and a... Oh, this is actually confusing. Wait, they did Mirana and Ruby. Okay, so basically it looks like they rotated like crazy. So it looks like they had Faceless Void in the off lane. They had Magnus and a Sven in the safe lane, and then Rubik and Mirana in mid for the most part. And then you had the Snapfire and Jakiro in mid. You had a PA who was going solo against the Faceless Void. And then the Ember who was going up against the Sven and the Magnus. And pretty much Viper was just kind of rotating, jungling, things like that. So, well, to put it in perspective, let's just say that Skem Sven went 19-0. So it was pretty much always in favor. After I think it was like the 7 or 8 minute mark, it was always in favor of Neon Esports, and Team MagMa could never get back into the game. So Skem, a lot of people consider Skem, I've heard it being said before, that Skem is the equivalent to the C version of Eternal Envy, in which he does really, really well, or he does really, really badly. And in my opinion, Skem's been on fire. Like, you give Skem a game, and Skem wins it for you. So game 1 does go in favor of Neon Esports, and then we get into game 2. Game 2 was such a... I was asked at the beginning of the game, what do you think of this draft? And I'm like, I thought it was 55-45 in favor of Neon Esports. Neon Esports went Tiny, Lifestealer, Slardar, Puck, and Snapfire versus the Bane, Quap, Mars, Troll Warlord, and Mirana over on Team MagMa. So the reason I favored Neon Esports in this is that Neon Esports has the Lifestealer. Lifestealer's biggest problem is he just gets kited. He just gets kited for days because he gets fat and all, but as long as you can run away from him, it's fine. But then you have Tiny, Puck, Slardar, and you can even be thrown and tossed in by the Snapfire. So those are all heroes that enable the Lifestealer to get engagements. Whereas the other side, you have the Bane and the Mirana combo for the arrow, which is cool. You have the Mars to trap them in the fight. You have a Quap mid, who Quap against Puck mid, it's like that silence is too strong. And then you have a Troll Warlord. And Troll Warlord in this game is meant to just kind of AFK and farm. But when you have the rest of Neon Esports coming at you, like, Lifestealer has an easy way to get into the fight. So it kind of just... at the beginning, it was actually in favor of Team MagMa for a long time. They were actually getting pretty good pickoffs. It wasn't that bad of a game. But then it's like after one really bad team fight, it's just Neon Esports just started snowballing out of control. And again, you had I think it was in the river on the bottom lane. You had Tiny, Slardar, and Lifestealer smoke up with the Lifestealer in the Tiny. And at the same time, Team MagMa managed to use the Mirana ult, engage better, and actually get, pretty much wipe the team. So you're like, oh no, it's like Neon Esports is about to throw. No, it was the lineup that made the difference. They had the engagement tools that they needed, and they pushed into victory. It ended up being 31-14, and just Troll Warlord couldn't do anything. He just couldn't do the damage. Troll Warlord with a DD was too scared to engage in against the team. So that meant it was a 2-0, 31-14 in favor of Neon Esports, which is slightly unfortunate because yesterday me and Moon both predicted. I predicted it was going to be a 2-0 in favor of Team MagMa. She predicted it was going to be a 2-1 in favor of Team MagMa. we were both wrong. Neon Esports taking it home, which means that tomorrow we will have ourselves our first C versus C matchup in the playoffs. So everyone else in C had been wiped out by a Chinese team, but not these two teams. These two teams, they may have been pushed down to the lower bracket, but they have a lot to prove. They have the same color scheme after all, and they went 1-1 in the BTS Dota Summit 13. So this is going to be the crucial game. This team, the winner of this, goes up against DeMunster. Now, DeMunster beat MTG. That's something to consider. How this is going to go, I have no idea, because I look at Jackie and I look at Fearless and I'm like, these guys are really good. But then I look at Skem, and as long as you give Skem a game, Skem wins. So is it going to come down to MTG being like, we're not going to give Skem a game? If we don't give Skem a game, we win the series. But if Skem is allowed to just AFK farm, I have never seen a man get so far ahead in the C region like I do see Skem in some of these games. So I think it's gonna be all series. I think the first game, I think it's gonna go 1-1 at the beginning, and then I think it's a coin toss. I have no idea. It's gonna come down to the drafting. Honestly, you give Skem a Sven, you give Skem a Spectre. If they give Skem the Spectre, I think Neon Esports win. If they prevent him from getting a Sven, if you basically just ban out all of Skem's heroes, I think Motivate.Trust Gaming gets it. But that's it. Very quick post-show. There's only one series to talk about, so tune in tomorrow. I should check what time the actual match is, because I'm pretty sure it is only going to be one match, and it's going to be the Neon versus MTG. At what time CEST for my European viewers out there? It doesn't say. So it's 26, which will be tomorrow. So we'll find out then. Stay tuned. Don't forget to check out the channel, twitch.tv/moonstudio_en. I won't be casting it, but I will definitely be modding the channel. So you guys check in there, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.